Hey, welcome everybody. Just want to give you a few things as you close out the year in Schoology. This is my Schoology homepage, and these are the courses that I have currently. These courses will be archived at the end of the grading period. So after May 29th, these courses won't be active anymore, and they'll be shifted to the archived area. Now I can still access those courses. So if I go up to courses here at the top, and then over to my courses on the right side, I'll now see a list of my active current courses, and there's also a tab where I can see archived courses. So this is where your courses will live after the grading period ends. For example, here's my Biology A course from the fall semester, and I can still access that course. So if I click on it, I can go in, I can see the grade book, I can see all the materials that I have. I'm going to click on Grade Setup, and one thing that you should be aware of is that if you have a class that you're teaching again next year, you can come into your archived class and copy the settings, the gradebook settings over. So there's a button at the top that says Copy Settings, and it allows you to transfer the gradebook categories, the grading scales, and the rubrics over to your new course. So anything you've created in the grade setup area for courses this year, you'll ultimately be able to copy into courses next year. Right now, those, my next year's courses aren't listed here because they're not uploaded in Skyward yet. But when those appear, they'll be there, and I can just select them and say, yeah, I want to use, for Biology A in the fall, I want to use the exact same categories. I want to have all the same rubrics there, and so forth. The other thing you might do if you have extra scales or rubrics that you don't use that you created, or whatever, this would be a good time to clean that up in your past courses. And that could either be your courses this spring semester or also your courses from the fall if you were using Schoology in the fall. So I'm going to go back to my course here. There we go. So this is my Biology B course from this spring semester. I'll go into the materials section. And one thing you want to do is make sure that you've organized your course correctly. In some cases you may have created a folder system that you want to tweak, or in some cases teachers have just long lists of assignments and links and all kinds of stuff, not really organized into folders by units or topics or whatever makes sense. So I would really encourage you to take a moment and look at your organization system. It's going to make things a lot easier for you to reuse that material later, and it's just better in terms of navigating for students and support staff anyway. So, I did some reorganization already. I had created this online biology assignments folder for the closure and put things in there, but now, I went in and have started to drag some of my other folders back up to the top, and you can just grab things and click and drag them around. You can, put folders within folders, whatever you want to do that makes sense for you, and just recreate that organizational system. So take a moment if you have especially if you have a lot of loose ends and just things that were just produced on the fly and aren't really sorted or organized. This is the time to do that. And then what you'll want to do is save your courses to resources. So this is something, if you didn't do it in the fall, you could do it for your archived course. And then for your spring courses, anything you might teach in the future as well, you'll want to go up and save those courses. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to Resources. I'm going to create a collection. So when you go into Resources, there's a little box here. It says Add Collection. And I'm going to create a collection that I call Biology B. Let's say this is 2020 Biology B. Okay. And create. Now you can just save courses to your regular resources area, but if you create a collection, a place to put them first, it works better in terms of sharing and just keeps it more organized. So I would recommend that. So now I have this Biology B collection here in my resources. I can go back to my Biology B course, again into the materials area, and there's a button here that says Options at the top. And once I have everything organized the way that I want and so forth, I can just save that course to resources. So I'm going to choose the Biology B collection. It's going to put everything in there. I don't have any folders within there, and I'm going to submit. When you do that, you'll get this green bar at the top because it's a large operation. It takes a few minutes to upload the information. So it won't be there immediately, but after a few minutes it will show up. So when you go back to resources now and you click on that Biology B collection, all of that information will be there. All of the assignments, the folders, really everything in a format that would allow you to just quickly upload it add it to courses next year. And you could add the entire thing all at once. You could draw, specific folders or specific assignments in, whatever you want. But it's a good idea to just save those courses to resources so that they're available. You can do that later as well through the archived course section, but I would recommend doing it now. Other thing is just the gradebook. So I'm going to click into a class here and go to the gradebook. There we go. And I'm going to export my grades so that I can print them off and submit them. So you just come up here to the three dots, and that brings up a menu for exporting. You'll export the gradebook as a CSV into Excel. I'll click next. Great. And there it is. It's going to bring up the class list, all the assignments, the overall grades, and so forth. So if you're looking to print off your grades as you close out the year, you just do that through the export function there in the gradebook under those three little dots. So that's about it. There's not too much else that you need to do. Everything is automatically saved in the archived area anyway, but you do want to just take a moment to organize and clean things up. Create a collection and save your courses so that they're available for import into new courses next year. Export your gradebook and just go through and any other kind of odds and ends that need to happen. If you have questions, please let me know.